This is the final 10 seconds of a lost match. The Mercy is about to attempt a resurrection right in front of the enemy Roadhog. It is a baffling, pointless, and utterly game-ending decision. But was this the play that truly lost them the game? Or was it just another mistake in an already doomed match? To find the truth, we have to go back to the beginning. Welcome, detectives. The scene of the crime is a silver console lobby on Lijiang Tower. The victims, Team 2, a squad so thoroughly dismantled, they might as well go back to quick play. The suspects, all 5 of them. Roll the tape. Fight 1, and the evidence has already started to pile in. Hazard is late to the fight. His team has moved to the point while he has lagged behind for some reason. Team 2 is on the point, but their tank is nowhere to be found. As the teams clash, our suspects are oblivious to the Cassidy on the flank. He picks Freya, walks forward, and flash fan the Hammer's Mercy. And now, just in time to watch his Mercy die, Hazard finally shows up. He and the rest of his team manage to take out the Cass and get control of the point, but down in numbers and with his late arrival causing chaos, the fight was doom-fisted from the start. Team 1 cleans up and takes the point. For Hazard deciding the team's first fight was optional, showing up only after 2 of his teammates are already dead, he gets our first charge. Gross dereliction of duty. Our squad has mostly regrouped when Cass goes on a wild solo flank that is horribly mistimed. He gets punished and Sojourn kills him. Team 2 is up. They should be able to take the point easily. Team 2 splits up with Hazard and Juno attacking the point from the front and the rest of the team flanking from behind. Team 1 is pinched and in the chaos, Sojourn finds Mercy. The enemy team is now down 2 people. Surely they're gonna take this. With both teams thoroughly split, Chaos has a firm grip over the lobby. Hazard is hooked and is down to half health. Mercy sees this and leaves her DPS, who are stuck in the enemy team's backline, to help the Hazard. Freya gets hooked, and because Mercy left, Freya dies. The rest of the team backs off and Soj finds herself alone on the point surrounded. Obviously, she's donezo. The enemy Cass is back, and even though Team 2 is down a person, they decide to push the point anyway. Juno gets hooked, Mercy gets killed by Cass, Juno dies, and Hazard, on the point alone, is quickly eliminated as well. A fantastic throw of a fight, and Mercy is catching our second charge, reckless abandonment. While on a flank, Mercy made a fatal choice. She abandoned her DPS to chase after her tank, who already had the help of his other support, directly causing Freya's death and the breakdown of the fight. It's not looking good. Fight 3 is an utter disaster and ends before it even starts. Freya, Soj, and Mercy start poking, pushing too far before their team is regrouped. Both Freya and Sojourn die, and Fight 3 is over. But before the team can fully regroup, Fight 4 has already begun. Juno comes out of spawn and goes top. Alone. For some reason, Hazard follows for some reason, and for whatever reason, Mercy decides this is just the right time to revive Sojourn. Chaos breaks out, Roadhog sees this and ults the Sojourn to take her out again. Freya pops her ult to try to fight back, Juno is sitting on the high ground alone doing nothing, but Hazard has pushed the lone Venture on point by himself. With Freya and Mercy fighting for their lives against everyone on the enemy team but Venture, Juno flies to the point to help Hazard. With just 10% before Team 1 takes the round, Juno manages to die to Venture even though it's a 2v1. Seeing her Juno has just died, Mercy decides now is the perfect time to pop her ult and starts flying to point. Hazard finishes the duel with Venture right as the rest of their team shows up, and the fight for the point is going back and forth. But while all of that is going on, Cass has been sitting at our team's spawn, and both of our DPS are locked in mortal combat with him. Cass kills Freya, and Sojourn uses that as an opportunity to sneak past to join what's left of her team on point. As soon as she gets there, she pops her ult and watches her tank die. With her tank dead, her pick on the enemy Mercy is meaningless, and almost as quickly as they began, the fight and the round are over. But our investigation is not. The round was certainly entering do or die territory, but it wasn't there yet. However, our Hazard decided he didn't need his team to get the job done, and I must give him our third charge. Reckless abandonment. Mercy could have popped her ult earlier, but Hazard abandoned his team. That's unforgivable. With round 1 over, there are some clear suspects that will need further investigation. Mercy has caught 1 charge and Hazard already has 2. Let's see how they fare in the second round. Team 1's composition remains the same, but our team's Juno was swapped to a Zen, and that swap winds up being a fatal choice. Both teams push the point, but Hazard swings out far and half of the enemy team pushes deep. Cass manages to flank all the way around, and because our second support is now on Zen and no longer on the speedy Juno, he gets caught out by Cass and the rest of the enemy team. Most of Team 1 is now behind our team, who are all on point, and even though they are down a support, backing out isn't really an option. Let's see if they can make the most out of a bad situation. They can't. Sojourn is eliminated, and at the same time, for some reason that I can't even begin to imagine, seeing most of the enemy team in front of her, Mercy flies to Zen's body to res, leaving her team without a healer. Freya just folds because everyone crumbled around her, and Mercy didn't even try to heal her. Team 1 cleans up and the fight is over. Silver lobbies are disorganized, it's to be expected, but there's no excuse for suicidal plays. I have to charge Mercy with suicidal tendencies, our 4th charge of the map. Our next fight is very long and very, very messy. Sojourn and Zen push it alone, but manage to find and kill Cass trying to off-angle. However, Hog is also there. He hooks and kills Sojourn. While all of that is happening, Team 2's tank has swapped from Hazard to Wrecking Ball. He rolls right past his team to the point, alone, to 1v1 the Venture again. And with that, it looks like the evidence is really starting to pile up against our tank. Now what's left of our team, minus Wrecking Ball, is fighting all of the enemy team, minus Venture, in the hallway where the previous carnage took place. Zen and Ball are attacking the point on their own when Hog catches Freya in the hallway, hooking and killing her. Ball and Zen make it out with their lives, but as soon as Ball is back to full health, he goes right back in alone. Doesn't even have the Zen's orb on him. Typical Ball plays. We'll stop here to give out a charge. In a classic case of identity fraud, with the game in a critical state, Hazard makes the bold decision to swap to a Wrecking Ball and abandons his team. That's charge number 5 of the match. Let's call this fight 2.5. Ball has just gone back in on his own, right after Sojourn and Mercy are fighting the rest of the enemy team in the same hallway. Man, they just love this hallway. They can't seem to stay away from it. While they're all doing that, Ball is spinning around the point alone, fighting the Venture, again, doing nothing, again. And then he just nopes out of there. And while all of that is going on, I'm sure you can see just how disjointed they all are, Zen just floats by all his teammates and goes back to spawn to change to an Ana. Surely that will make the difference. Spoiler, it does not. By now, our team has sat in this same hallway for so long, Cass has had time to flank. And now, we might be seeing one of the worst plays of all time in Overwatch. Cass flanks right in front of the Wrecking Ball and picks Freya. Ball is letting his health regen in the corner. He's above half health, by the way, and literally does not shoot at Cass at all. Doesn't even react to him. It's like they both didn't see each other. Cass continues to walk up because it's not like anyone is stopping him, and kills Mercy as well. Now Ball finally reacts, and together Soj and him take out the flanking Cass. Soj is killed, Cass is revived, and Ball rolls to point alone, leaving his Ana, who has just returned from spawn, to get collapsed on by the enemy team. Oh yeah, and this whole time Venture was just sitting on the point alone. Ana is, of course, quickly killed, and as everyone but Venture on Team 1 walk back to point, Ball rolls right on by, and they all just ignore him. Don't even look his way. Both teams are so oblivious or apathetic, it's unbelievable this is a comp game. Team 1 has now had the opportunity to reset, and possibly get a real fight. But before we can get into that fight, we have to address the horrendous crime Ball just committed. I charge Hamster with aiding and abetting. Our 6th charge of the match. This is the most damning evidence yet. As a flanking Cassidy walks directly in front of him, Ball sits motionless, allowing the enemy to execute 2 of his teammates. A truly spectacular display of obliviousness or apathy. Either way, It's unacceptable. However, the game isn't over. Our team can regroup right now and have a real chance at taking this game. But then, our two prime suspects throw it all away in a heartbeat. Mercy and Ball go to the point alone, leaving both of their DPS without any help from the Roadhog, who is doing everything in his power to keep them from getting to the point. The more observant of you will have noticed that our team didn't actually fully regroup. And just as Freya tries to get past the Roadhog but is hooked and killed, our Ana, who is now on Brig, joins the fight. With two squishies in front of him, Hog ults to make sure they can't get to the point, and at the same time, our Mercy is easily killed by Cass because, well, her and Ball are on the point alone, playing their own game. Hog kills Brig with his ult, and Ball rolls on out of there back towards his spawn's choke, leaving Sojourn to die, and she does to Kiri. The point is at 90%, it's do or die. Hamster is alive and Mercy is coming back from spawn. Together they might be able to race to point and trigger overtime. The match isn't over until it's over. Oh, but of course, there's a much better play for them to make. Mercy flies to Sojourn's body to res, right in front of the enemy team. They erase her immediately. And that entire time, our Ball player has been sitting in the corner, doesn't even try to touch the point. But hey, I can't blame him. After witnessing that god-awful res, I'd give up too. The score hits 100% and the round and game are over. With the horrible plays we just witnessed, I have some serious charges to give out. Our tank ran to the point alone more times than I can count, and must be given another count of reckless abandonment. I also have to give him another charge, in our 8th of the match, for his routine apathy, letting the game slip through his fingers as the match ended. Mercy, however, gets a second count of suicidal tendencies, killing herself trying to res in the final, most important moments of the match. The evidence against our Mercy is strong. She continuously made the worst possible decision at the worst possible time, but the true culprit is the one who abandoned his team at every opportunity. The final piece of evidence is the one we just saw. The overwhelming apathy to not even try to win the game. This wasn't just a mistake, it was the final act in a pattern of self-destructive behavior. Our Mercy was guilty of poor decision making, but our tank was guilty of something far worse. Hero syndrome, our final charge of the match. His relentless, misguided attempts to win the game on his own, to make the big play, were the true, consistent cause of every critical lost fight. Case closed, the tank through. But the files never stop piling up. If you have a case you think I need to see, join the Omen Slime Discord. It's a hub for everything we do. The link is in the description. Join up and submit your replay code in the Replay Codes channel. If you want to see the previous investigation we did, click the video on screen, and until next time, I'll see you in game.